Good afternoon and welcome into Farmers National Bank Field here inside the Cavelli Sports Complex on the campus of Youngstown State University, just about ready for some Saturday afternoon Mid-American Conference women's lacrosse between the Youngstown State Penguins and the visiting Eastern Michigan Eagles. I'm Anthony Romo. I'll be on the call here today. Should be a pretty good matchup. These are two teams that are looking to get their seasons going in the right direction. Youngstown State 3-8 coming into today's game. Eastern Michigan is 1-9. Eastern Michigan is in a spot that Youngstown State was in just 2 seasons ago, with this being the first year of competitive collegiate women's lacrosse for Eastern Michigan. So Youngstown State has been through those kind of growing pains that first year. Eastern Michigan, like the Penguins 2 years ago, a roster that is full of almost all freshmen. They have a few transfers that have come in from other schools. You have a team captain, Sydney Lawrence, who comes from the University of Oregon. Julie Lindsay, who comes from Central Michigan. You also have Hannah Bargeron, who comes from Westminster College in Utah. We're out for the draw at midfield, ready to get things underway. Mackenzie Blackwell for Eastern Michigan in the green, Abby Yesko for Youngstown State in the white. And we are underway. Eastern Michigan will control the opening draw, and they'll get the first possession of today's contest. Riding solo today here without my partner Jake Silak, who is a student athlete here at Youngstown State on the golf team, so he had some things he has to take care of today and this week going into next week. So back to the old school broadcast, one-man broadcast here at Farmers National Bank Field. Eastern Michigan threatening early on, though, just 30 seconds into our first quarter, and the Eagles are going to look to get on the board first here on the road. With it behind the net is Amber Alderman, number 12, and she'll pass it inside, trying to get it to Mackenzie Blackwell, but threw it into a lot of traffic. Youngstown State got it for a second, then a foul will be called on the Eagles, which will keep possession with Youngstown State. So the Penguins now with their first possession of the day. YSU coming off a convincing and commanding victory their last time out against Akron, as Allie Korn will get the first shot of the day for the Penguins, and she will score the first goal. Korn picking up right where she has left off these previous 2 games. She's had a total of 13 points as we take another look right here. Just nice job by YSU, space in the field. Korn was unattended to the left of the net, just took one step and took a shot that put it beneath the stick of the Eastern Michigan goalkeeper in Juliana Ditsky. So 1-0 Penguins, just over 1 minute into today's action. 13 minutes, 46 seconds remain in the first quarter. Allie Korn, as we mentioned, against Robert Morris last Saturday, she had a season-high 5 goals and 2 assists. And then last time out against Akron on Wednesday, she added 4 goals and 2 assists for the Penguins. Yesko and Blackwell back to midfield for the draw. This one will be controlled by Eastern Michigan. So nice job by the Eagles controlling the first 2 draws today. With it is Amber Alderman. She'll pass it off now to Tracy Grolman. Something that Youngstown State has kind of struggled with this year is the draw controls. And the Penguins are without their leader in draw controls for the foreseeable future. Natalie Calandra-Ryan, who leads the team with 66 draw controls, is out for today's matchup. She had a tough non-contact injury against Akron on Wednesday. Of course, we hope the best for her in a quick recovery. Eastern Michigan, though, threatening once again. They've had 2 pretty good possessions to start off the day. You want to start off with confidence if you're the Eagles. 12:48 to go here in the first quarter. 36 seconds remain on the shot clock. Driving inside is Jaffers. She'll pass it off. Good look. Just wide of the net was the shot by Abby Alderman. Just went to the right of the net. So YSU catches a break. That was a really good look for Eastern Michigan, but the Penguins will get possession back. YSU will quickly move it into Eastern Michigan territory. The Eagles not fighting too much towards the midfield, so the Penguins will easily push it into their territory. Just now tuning in, 1-0 YSU. Allie Korn netted the first goal for the Penguins. Now Jordan Miller has it. She'll pass it off. Over to Taylor Bumstead. She'll drive in, but she'll be pushed out. Eastern Michigan, you're going to have to slow down this YSU offense early on. The Penguins jumped on Akron early, put the foot right on the gas in that one on Wednesday. They jumped out to an 8-0 lead after the first quarter. And they're looking to do the same here today. Erin Clark driving on the left side. She'll shoot and she'll score. What a goal by Erin Clark. Her first of the day. She had a defender draped on her, but she just fought through the contact. It didn't look like it was the hardest shot in the world, but it found the back of the net. So we take another look right here. Nice accuracy on the shot by Clark. Put it past Ditsky, and Youngstown State will jump out to a 2-0 lead. So I don't want to jump out too early here because we're just into today's contest, but last season Youngstown State started out tough. They struggled to start the year. There's no doubt in that. But towards the end of the season was when the Penguins got hot. They won their last 5 regular season games heading into the conference tournament. And you're looking at it right now. They have 6 regular season games remaining now. And they're looking to heat up at the right time yet again. The Penguins ended last season with a record of 10-8. They were 8-2 in Mid-American Conference play, won a share of the MAC regular season title in just their second year as a program. So 2-0 Penguins early on. Eastern Michigan with the possession. Let's meet the starters for both teams. First for the visiting Eagles of Eastern Michigan. We mentioned Juliana Ditsky starting in goal and then in the field. Number 1, Tracy Grohlman. Number 5, Captain Sydney Lawrence. Number 11, Abby Alderman. Number 12, Amber Alderman. Number 13, Haley Hodak. Number 15, Maggie McCabe. Number 21, Captain Julie Lindsay. Number 23, Mackenzie Blackwell. Number 24, Samantha Borgert. Number 30, Annika Wozni. And number 32, Gina Jaffers. Here's another look for the Eagles. That shot's a little bit wide by Sydney Lawrence. That one will go wide, but possession will stay with Eastern Michigan. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Eagles looking to score their first goal of the day. With it is Gina Jaffers, guarded by Skylar Weber. She'll have to pass it out. Youngstown State's interior defense looking to strengthen up. They've given up a lot of goals on some long possessions this season, with the interior defense kind of cracking towards the end of possessions. Just 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Grohlman drives in. She'll score. Tracy Grohlman with her 14th goal of the season. Just made her way around the back of the net, and she brings Eastern Michigan within 1. As we take another look right here, you just see Grohlman had good positioning and just cool, calm, and composed. Took the shot when she needed to, and she puts it past the Youngstown State goalkeeper in Michaela Steranko. So both offenses came to play early on today. Youngstown State has scored in their first 2 possessions. Eastern Michigan has now scored their first goal after coming up empty in their first 2. And we're back to midfield for the draw. Something that Eastern Michigan has done pretty good in so far. They've controlled all 3 draws so far today. And this time the possession will go to Youngstown State. So the Penguins and Erin Clark with it will look to quickly get the lead back up to 2 goals. Clark will pass it off to Allie Korn, working behind the net. Korn's really going to take a big role on this offense now. As we mentioned, Natalie Calandra-Ryan out for today's game, and Allie Korn has been the 2nd best goal scorer this season for YSU. She's nearing that 100 goal plateau for her career. With it is Taylor Bumstead. She'll pass it off to Korn, working on the right side. YSU working patiently. Korn driving in towards the middle of the goal. And a heavy collision. between her and Central Michigan defender Gretchen McCann. We'll take another look right here. Corn just tried to slow her momentum, and McCann was not having any of it. Looks like Corn may have lost her footing as well, as a yellow card will be given to McCann, so she'll have to sit out for 2 minutes. This will be a free position opportunity for Allie Corn. She's taken 14 free position shots this year. She's scored 7 goals off of them, sitting at 50% on her opportunities. Corn will drive in, she'll shoot. That one's saved, but possession will stay with YSU. Nice job by Erin Clark cleaning it up off the ricochet. Fresh shot clock for YSU. Driving in is Jordan Miller. She'll shoot and she'll score. Jordan Miller with her first goal of the day. 3 different goals from 3 different Penguins. And YSU will make it a 3-1 score. As we take another look, Jordan Miller was just, no one picked her up. She was sitting on the outside half of the box. No one picked her up, so she just took the free space, drove in, took a strong shot, and she found the net. So make that 3-1 Penguins with just under 9 minutes to go here in our first quarter. We'll see if YSU can continue to start to control some of these draws. Eastern Michigan's winning them so far 3-1. Our official will step back. And another draw control for the Penguins. Erin Clark with it once again. And she'll quickly move behind the Eastern Michigan net, and YSU will move into a set. She'll pass it off to Corn. Ball now passed out back in front. YSU moving it around the perimeter. We'll wait to see if anyone decides to make a cut towards the net. Allie Corn trying to get past the defender. Ball's jarred away. But Corn will keep it with the Penguins, and a foul will be called. Possession stays with YSU. Corn drives in. She'll shoot. Shot deflected away. We're going to have a foul inside. Offensive foul on YSU on a stick check. So possession will go to Eastern Michigan. So the Eagles will have possession. They get their first defensive stop of the day. Gina Jaffers with it. She'll pass it back into EMU territory. Eastern Michigan, their last time out was a 17-11 defeat against Central Michigan. It's a pretty good connection there in that game. We'll touch on that a little bit later. With it is Sydney Lawrence, and she gets fouled. YSU playing a little bit too aggressive defensively. And the yellow card will be given to Skylar Weber. We'll take another look right here. I mean, we couldn't see too much from our angle, but regardless, Weber gets the yellow card. And she looks a little bit confused as well. But Sydney Lawrence set up with a good opportunity here. She has 16 goals on the season. 7:33 to go here in the first quarter. Lawrence working practically straight away from the net. Our official's going to come to our scorer at the table and clarify the foul. So 2-minute penalty for Skylar Weber. YSU will be down a defender. Lawrence drives in. Nice save by Steranko. And she'll get it right into her net. Right into her stick, excuse me. But Eastern Michigan still with playing a player up here for the next 2 minutes. And YSU a little too strong with the passing. So they'll give it back to Eastern Michigan. And now that gives YSU head coach Hallie Katulak some strategizing to do. She'll put Emma Hoffman in the game for the Penguins now. And here's another opportunity for the Eagles. Couldn't convert on their last free position, but they have another chance right here. 6:59 to go in the first quarter. Driving in, shooting, and missing was Blackwell. Fight for the ball behind the net. It gets kicked away, and it'll stay with Eastern Michigan going into the stick of Alderman. Amber Alderman, that is. Pass in front of the net. Good look. That opportunity converts. Mackenzie Blackwell scoring the goal for Eastern Michigan. That's her first of the day, and that makes it a one-goal game. We'll take another look right here. Nice job by Blackwell cutting towards the middle of the net. Nice pass to find her, and she makes it a 3-2 game. So it looked like YSU was going to jump on the Eagles early, and they did in a way, jumping out to a 2-0 lead. But Eastern Michigan has since settled down. Now they have scored 2 of the last 3 goals. Haven't done so yet, so let's meet the starters for Youngstown State. Michaela Starenko starting in goal. The starters in the field were number 1, Tristan Chang. Number 2, Skylar Weber. Number 3, Captain Eris Lindsay. Number 5, Abby Yesko is back at midfield for the draw. Number 10, Captain Aaron Clark. Number 11, Captain Jordan Miller. Number 16, Jocelyn Fike. Number 17, Alexa Beyer. Number 19, Kayla Stecker. Number 25, Molly Sheridan. And number 27, Allie Corin. Heavy collision right at midfield on the Y. 2 Penguins and an Eagle go down. We have another collision fighting for the ball on the other side. Abby Yesko went flying to the turf. The foul will be called on Eastern Michigan, and possession will go to Youngstown State. Now checking in for the Penguins, Danny Emler and Jade Shearer. We've seen a lot of substituting going on so far for YSU. Everyone else is going to have to pick up, with Natalie Calandra-Ryan being out for the foreseeable future. Calandra-Ryan this season, 35 goals so far and 13 assists for the Penguins as they get another goal right there. Erin Clark with her second long-range goal of the quarter, and that'll make it 4-2 YSU. We'll take another look right here. Watch Clark go around the net, and she'll just fire it in the top corner right under the crossbar. And that'll be a goal for the Penguins. Over halfway into our first quarter. Just over 6 minutes remain here in this first period. And we'll remain with our 2 players in midfield, Blackwell for Eastern Michigan and Yesko for Youngstown State. Eastern Michigan, their first year of the program, led by head coach Sarah Tisdale, who's technically the second coach in program history, second head coach. Allison Lane was donned the first head coaching job. She is now an assistant, and Tisdale is the head coach. And if that's a name that you find familiar here in Mid-American Conference Lacrosse, it's because it should familiarize you. As Grolman has it for the Eagles. We'll touch on Tisdale's background after this possession. Gina Jaffers will back it out. She'll pass it off. Eastern Michigan looking to answer a quick YSU goal by Erin Clark. Tracy Grolman has it. She'll try to pass it out in front. Doesn't find the first player, but it finds the second. Right place, right time was Mackenzie Blackwell. After the pass went past Alderman, bounced right into her stick, and it's back down to a 1-goal deficit. Nice goal there from Blackwell. I don't think that pass was necessarily meant for her, but found its way to her. And Eastern Michigan will get the quick answer. So quick game reset. Youngstown State currently led by Erin Clark, who has 2 goals. Jordan Miller has 1. Allie Corin has 1. For Eastern Michigan, Mackenzie Blackwell is leading the way with 2 goals. Tracy Grolman has the other. 4-3 Youngstown State. Back at midfield for the draw. Can't get into any storytelling early on today because these offenses are moving so quick. Both teams, like I said, looking to get their seasons going in the right direction, and that could do so with a big win here today. YSU controls the draw. Erin Clark has it working down the right side. She'll pass it back. The Penguins will slow it down to a sense. Pass back to Erin Clark, working behind the net. This is how she scored her last goal. She'll drive to the center, and she gets laid out, trying to pass it away, and we're going to have a yellow card given to Eastern Michigan. We'll take another look right here. Clark got decked. So having to step out now with the yellow card is Emily Garrett. So a free position chance for Erin Clark. She's looking for her third goal. Working slightly to the right of the net. Clark will pull it out smartly, and YSU will set up their offense. Got 84 seconds on the shot clock for YSU, so you want to maybe bleed this possession out a little bit. You're the home team today. You want to keep it the game playing to your pace. Corrin passes it in front. Bumstead shoots off the side of the bar, but YSU will retain it. Another chance. Tristan Chang will score for the Penguins. We've seen some great ball movement thus far today for YSU offensively. The Penguins do not seem rattled at all after first misses on possessions. Chang gets the pass. She scores her fourth goal of the season. She had one against Akron. And now it's 5-3, Youngstown State. Tristan Chang, a junior, she's one of the players that has been with this program since the start. Junior out of Melbourne, Florida. And it is now 5-3 Penguins. So back to what we were saying about Eastern Michigan head coach Sarah Tisdale. She had spent the last 7 seasons at Central Michigan. She was the first head coach in their program, and she built them up to be one of the top contenders in the MAC year in, year out. Last season, the Chippewas won the 2022 Mid-American Conference Tournament, and they made their first ever NCAA tournament appearance, going on to play Notre Dame. Draw control goes to Youngstown State. And here come the Penguins once again. YSU looking to add on to this lead. Bumstead with it. Showing up, backing out. Taylor Bumstead looking for an angle. Looking for Garrett. Couldn't get the pass in cleanly. She'll get it back and put it in. Allie Garrett finds the back of the net. And Youngstown State extends the lead off an old-fashioned scramble. And that'll make it 6-3 YSU. Everyone getting in on the scoring today for the Penguins. Excuse me, Central Michigan played Northwestern last season in the NCAA tournament. Once it came out, I didn't think it was right. I got the N right, but it's Northwestern instead of Notre Dame. They lost that one 22-7, but regardless, finding a spot in the NCAA tournament is a huge program accomplishment. 3:53 to go in the first quarter. 6-3 Penguins. After Allie Garrett scored her first goal of the day. 5 different Penguins have scored thus far. And draw control will go to YSU once again. It seems that the momentum is starting to sway back to the side of the home team. Penguins looking to move to 4-8 if they can get a win today. Eastern Michigan looking to move to 2-9 and looking to get their first ever Mid-American Conference victory. Erin Clark working to the near side of the net. heavily defended. Eastern Michigan's not letting her get a good pass off. She'll instead pass it back to Allie Corrin. Corrin trying to drive around on the hip of the defender. She'll shoot. That one's wide, but possession will stay with Youngstown State. Erin Clark with it once again. Clark leading the Penguins with 2 goals so far today. She'll pass it off to Chang, back to Clark. 30 seconds remain on the shot clock. This is arguably the longest possession that YSU has had into a shot clock today. Jordan Miller will shoot. That one's saved. Nice save by freshman goalkeeper Juliana Ditsky. Ditsky from Wyomissing, PA. I will say, I was very impressed coming in. To our right, Eastern Michigan has arguably as many fans as Youngstown State has here today. The fans came in rolls down from Ypsilanti. Now, granted, a lot of these players are from different states and not Michigan, but the fans have traveled here today. Actually looking at it, I don't think Eastern Michigan has a single player from the state of Michigan on their roster. Nope. Couple Ohio names. You have some Marylands, some Pennsylvanias. That one will be passed out to Hilmer. Skylar Hilmer will now pass it back, looking for Lauren. She can't field it cleanly, but it'll go into the stick of Maggie McCabe. 1:25 to go in the first quarter. 21 seconds remain on the Eastern Michigan shot clock. Good defense by Youngstown State. Stecker trying to force it away, but McCabe will keep it. She'll pass it off. Youngstown State with some heavily pressuring defense, but a good look from Lawrence. That one can't find the net. 1 second remains, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Nope. Actually, I take that back. They're going to boost the shot clock just before it hits 0. So the Eagles catch a break, being able to possess that in time. Nice defense again by Youngstown State. And that'll be a turnover for Eastern Michigan. Possession will go to YSU. Just 30 seconds remain in the first quarter. Shot clock obviously turned off. Long pass up the field to Corrin. She'll end up getting it. Can YSU add another goal before the end of the quarter? Under 10 seconds remaining. Corrin driving down the right side. She'll have to get rid of it, passing it in front. Pass wasn't clean, but we're going to have a foul called on Eastern Michigan with just 1.6 seconds remaining on the first quarter clock. It'll be a tough look for Youngstown State regardless. Corrin's going to have to pass it about 10 yards in front of the net for YSU to get a good look. They're going to have to get the shot off. Pass in front. No goal scored, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Good battle so far between Youngstown State and Eastern Michigan. The Penguins currently holding a 6-3 advantage. We'll be right back on YouTube after this.
Good one.
Yep. Nice. Beautiful. Nice job, Ella.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Champion Insurance of Austintown in Austintown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you.
where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
Start of the second quarter here from Farmers National Bank Field, here inside the Cavelli Sports Complex on the campus of Youngstown State University. Much calmer weather here today for some Youngstown State women's lacrosse. Last weekend when the Penguins played Robert Morris, we had a heavy thunderstorm pass through right when we were supposed to begin action, which delayed the game by about 40 minutes. We had benches flipped over, we had nets up on the hill. It was madness. The whole power was knocked out of the Mahoning Valley for about a day and a half. Over 70,000 outages here. But calmer weather today. And Youngstown State is looking for their first home outdoor win of the season, and actually their second ever here at Farmers National Bank Field. In the inaugural season, the Penguins did not win a single game at home. Last season, YSU started 4-0 at home indoors in the Watts, but were unable to get a win until senior day when the Penguins defeated Kent State. That was their first outdoor win in program history. And then this season, YSU started the year off with a win in the Watts against Butler back on February 12th. They won in the Watts as well on March 14th against Gardner-Webb. And then their other win came on Wednesday. That was on the road at Akron. Well, both teams back out to midfield. We're just about ready for our opening draw here of the second quarter. Youngstown State leading Eastern Michigan 6-3. Abby Yesko, Mackenzie Blackwell back to midfield for the draw. Excuse me, that was not Mackenzie Blackwell for Eastern Michigan. That was Gina Jaffers. YSU will get possession off of it. Tristan Chang will quickly rush it into Eastern Michigan defensive territory. The Penguins jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. Eastern Michigan got it down to a 1-goal deficit twice, but YSU really took control towards the end of the first quarter to push the lead out to 3 goals. The Penguins with 48 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Aaron Clark with it on the near side. She'll pass it out to Allie Garrett. And Garrett's going to go to work. Stuttering past the defender. She'll drive in. She'll shoot. That one's deflected away. Nice job defensively by Ditsky in goal for Eastern Michigan. YSU will keep it. Korn driving in. She's looking for an angle. She gets past the defender. We're going to have a foul called on Eastern Michigan. This will be a free position attempt for Youngstown State. Allie Korn scored the first goal of the day just over 1 minute into the first quarter. She has not scored since. Korn will drive in, and she'll score. Allie Korn gets her second goal of the day, and that'll be the 7th goal of the first half so far for Youngstown State. Korn had scored 9 goals in the last 2 games. She has 2 so far today. Let's take another look right here. Korn driving in. Skips it off the turf past the goalie. 7-3 Penguins. Our referee's now checking the stick of Allie Korn. Looks like they're going to measure it real quick. So this is a little bit of a controversy. So that stick's going to have to stay for measuring, and Korn's going to have to grab another stick. That's the first time we've seen that this season. And they did remove the goal as well. So 6-3 is our score. They're going to put that as a turnover on Corn in the book. So Valley Corn will check back in with a new stick. And now Eastern Michigan will look to take advantage on the miscue by the Penguins. The Eagles working on the far side. Passing it away is Jaffers over to Sidney Lawrence. Lawrence will drive in. Eastern Michigan will keep possession. Under 13 minutes to go. But the Penguins will end up getting possession back. So no harm done to YSU. That could have been a two-goal swing if Eastern Michigan was going to be able to find the back of the net there, but they could not. But the Eagles force a turnover right there. Molly Sheridan only had it in her stick for a split second before it was forced out. And now a foul will be called on Youngstown State. So Eastern Michigan will have a chance right here to try to cut into this deficit. YSU so far 6 goals on 12 shots. Eastern Michigan 3 goals on 9 shots. Both teams have retained 4 ground balls. YSU's controlled 7 draws to Eastern Michigan's 4. After Eastern Michigan controlled each of the first 3, so YSU has since controlled 7 of the last 8 draws. We're back underway. Avery Schwab will pass it off. Ball now on the stick of Sidney Lawrence. Lawrence has had 4 shots so far today, but she has not been able to find the back of the net. She'll pass it off. Back to Schwab inside. She'll pass it off in front now. A shot and a collision from behind will give Eastern Michigan a free position. Our refs are going to talk it out real quick. We'll take another look. It's a good look inside, and a goal will be given to Eastern Michigan. You saw it hit off the crossbar, but our refs talked it out, and it must have got past the end line and bounced into the cage and out. So 6-4 now our score. We'll have to see who that goal was given to in the book, because we had a tough angle from here who scored it. Abby Alderman will be given the goal, assisted by Avery Schwab. So for Alderman, that is her first goal of the day and 8th goal of the season. She has now made it 6 straight games with a goal for the Eagles. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. We'll take one of our own. 11:48 to go. We'll be right back.
Good one. Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. Nice job, Ella.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Champion Insurance of Austintown in Austintown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University,
Your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your.
Welcome back. 11:44 to go here in the second quarter. Eastern Michigan with possession, coming out of their own timeout. There's going to be a foul on the Penguins that'll keep possession with Eastern Michigan. Anthony Romo back on the call here today from Farmers National Bank Field. YSU initially took a 7-4 lead, but a stick violation on Allie Corrin, who scored the goal, took the goal off of the board, and she had to go grab another stick. So Eastern Michigan still only trailing by 2 goals. They can make it a 1-goal game right here. It should be 7-4, I should say. YSU made it 7-3 initially. The Eagles have scored the last goal, and they're looking to score another one right here. Schwab driving in. That one's deflected. We're going to have a foul called. That'll be an offensive foul as Eris Lindsay hit the deck. So YSU will get it back. Foul was called on Avery Schwab. So Lindsay will begin the possession for Youngstown State. 10:52 to go here in the second quarter. YSU on top 6-4. It was a 6-3 score at the end of the first quarter. YSU has yet to score a goal here in the second, and the Penguins will turn it over right there. So you can see the momentum start to turn in the favor of Eastern Michigan here lately. We have a big collision between Eris Lindsay and Gina Jaffers. Both players get up. Take another look right here. I think it was just the players tangling up right there. There was no bad intent. But a foul was called on Lindsay. Possession will stay with Eastern Michigan. Under 70 seconds here on the shot clock. Sydney Lawrence gets double teamed. She'll pass out of it. Playing right near the sideline was McCabe. And Youngstown State's going to continue to send a double team her way. Eastern Michigan looking to get it down to a 1-goal game. For the first time since the first quarter. We're going to have a stick check on the Penguins. That'll keep it with Eastern Michigan. Sydney Lawrence driving in on Lindsay. She'll try to spin off. But waiting right there for her, Skylar Weber. Nice pass inside. It was a good look for Amber Alderman. Foul will be called on YSU. It'll give her a free position chance. Alderman was driving in with a good look and a head of steam. It'll be a tricky spot for Alderman, though. Has a weird angle, so she might just pass it off right here. Alderman will pass it away. Over to McCabe. Now she'll pass it off. 9:22 to go here in the second quarter. With it is McCabe. She'll have to get rid of it. Sydney Lawrence now with it. 1 second on the shot clock. Shot wide. That'll be a shot clock violation. The first that the Penguins have forced today. I will say, too, pretty good crowd altogether on hand here today at Farmers National Bank Field. We're going to have a quick whistle blown. $8:53 to go in the second quarter. $83 seconds on the shot clock for Youngstown State. Penguins looking to end a scoring drought. Haven't scored yet here in the second quarter. Aaron Clark trying to spin off a defender. Easier said than done. Gretchen McCann's draped all over. Looking for Corn, pass wide. That'll be another Penguins turnover. Eastern Michigan has keyed up defensively here in the second quarter. Actually, it's head coach Sarah Tisdale for Eastern Michigan. She was here for the first ever official women's lacrosse game at Farmers National Bank Field back 2 years ago. Central Michigan took down Youngstown State in that one. I was not on the call for that one. I was supposed to be. Got sick the day of the game, and Richie Giuliano had to step in on that one. Richie now calling games for the Tennessee Smokies, AA affiliate for the Chicago Cubs. He's since graduated. And a goal right there from Eastern Michigan. Amber Alderman makes it a 1-goal deficit. We'll take another look right here. Nice job by Alderman. Driving in. She finds the back of the net, shooting off balance. And the Lusby, Maryland native brings Eastern Michigan 1 goal closer. We knew it was going to be an exciting game today. Both offenses have showed up. We've seen good defensive stops as well. Eastern Michigan's looking to snap a 7-game losing streak here today. The Eagles got their first win in program history in their 3rd game of the season back on March 7th against Delaware State. That was a 12-7 victory. But they've had some close calls, losing 11-10 to Xavier, 14-13 Butler. Those are 2 games that they were really competing in and had a really good chance to win. You look back earlier in the season, in the Xavier game, Eastern Michigan was up 10-8 at the end of the 3rd quarter, but 3 fourth-quarter goals from Xavier, one being very late in the game, gave them that 11-10 victory. So they've played in some close games this season. They just haven't found a way to come out on top just yet, and those are some things that you're going to have to grow through with an inexperienced roster with so many freshmen. You can hear some defense chants from the Eastern Michigan fans start to build up. They're looking to get a stop here and have the ball with a chance to tie it up. With it is Jade Shear. She'll pass it off. Jordan Miller now with it. Stutters her way to the right. She'll shoot and she'll score. Jordan Miller with her 2nd goal today. She's now the 2nd Penguin to have at least 2 goals. And that'll make it 7-5 YSU. So take a look at Miller right here, team captain. Driving to her right. Bounces it past the goalie's stick. And the lead is back up to 2 for YSU. Jordan Miller, Northeast Ohio native out of North Canton, Ohio. She's coming off a very good game against Akron on Wednesday. YSU put up 18 total goals as a team, which was tied for, or was the 3rd most goals they have scored this season. And Miller had a tied career high with 3 goals in that one. YSU scored a season-high 21 goals in a 21-18 win against Gardner-Webb on March 14th. Then they scored 19 goals in the season opener against Butler on February 12th. YSU will get the draw control. And here come the Penguins once again. Aaron Clark driving in. She'll shoot. She'll score! Just like that. 2 goals in the span of 8 seconds. And that'll make it 8-5 Youngstown State. We'll take another look at this one. Blink and you might miss it. Clark puts it in the upper corner of the net. Penguins make it a 3-goal lead. And that's now 3 goals today for Clark. And just like that, the momentum has swung back in favor of the home squad. Six minutes, 26 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Back at midfield for the draw. See if YSU can win another one. Yesko and Blackwell fighting for it. Possession will go to Amber Alderman for Eastern Michigan. And the pass bounces over the head of Skylar Hilmer. And YSU will catch an easy break on the turnover. Under 6 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Penguins looking to add on to the lead. Danny Emler with it. She'll pass it away to Miller. Now Jordan Miller will set it up. Trying to move to her right. She's cut off. Aaron Clark now on the near side. Trying to get pushed out by McCann. She'll underhand pass it. The shot by Yesko in the goal. 9-5 Youngstown State. 3 goals in the span of just over 1 minute. And it seems like the Penguins have started to find their rhythm once again. Yesko with her first goal of the day. Her 6th of the season. And the Penguins will extend the lead. YSU interim head coach Hallie Katulak looking for her second career victory today. Had her first one on Wednesday against Akron. Katulak, who had just finished up a 5-year career at Walsh as a player before joining the Youngstown State staff this season as an assistant. And she's been thrusted into the head coaching role halfway into her first coaching season. So some great experience building for her this year. Blackwell controls the draw, and now Eastern Michigan will look to chop back into this deficit. Youngstown State's built it back up to 4. Eastern Michigan's fought back. They're gonna have to do so again, but you can't do that right there. Turn it over. Michaela Starenko just put the stick up. Ball went right into it. Some long passing from YSU. Here come the Penguins. Pass over to Miller. She'll take a shot off the bar and into the stick of Sydney Lawrence. Jordan Miller was so close to having her 3rd goal of the first half right there. Four minutes, 21 seconds now to go here in the second quarter. Nice ball movement by the Eagles. They'll get it across midfield. Sydney Lawrence with it. She'll weave through the YSU defense. She has a good look. She'll shoot. Saved by Starenko. Sydney Lawrence covered a lot of ground in a short time there, getting through the YSU defense, but Michaela Starenko was not letting her out a goal in the back of the net. It's been a good first half for Starenko. That's her 3rd save. Aaron Clark loses it for a second, but she lost it due to an Eastern Michigan foul, and a yellow card will be given to Tracy Grolman. So Grolman will have to take a quick seat. She has 2 total points here in the first half, a goal and an assist. So the Eagles will be down an attacker for the time being. YSU looking to get into double digits with a goal on this possession. They're looking for number 10. Clark back out to Garrett. Over to Bumstead. Korn now inside. She's being pushed out. McCann has been all over the YSU offense, but they're going to say she was playing a little bit too strong and aggressive defensively. So that'll set up a free position attempt for Allie Korn. Korn's looking for her second goal right here. She'll drive, she'll shoot. That one is saved, or at least partially saved. Possession will stay with Youngstown State. We thought Korn had her second goal earlier on in the quarter, but she had a stick violation that took the goal off of the board. Bumstead will pass it off to Garrett. Now over to Chang, over to Korn. She'll drive, she'll shoot. That one's wide. The Penguins will get another chance though. 26 seconds remain on the shot clock. Clark to Bumstead. She'll try to shoot it off the turf, but that one is saved by Juliana Ditsky. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in our first half. Eastern Michigan looking to cut into the deficit a little bit more before we reach the break. Just 13 seconds remain on the yellow card for Grolman. Driving to the right side and passing it off is McCabe. Ball now behind the net. Schwab trying to find an opening through the defense. She'll pass it back to McCabe. Maggie McCabe can't get anything going. Approaching 20 seconds on the shot clock. Underhand pass. Nice shot, but Starenko keeps it away from the goal. And she'll end up with it. Wasn't a bad possession there for Eastern Michigan. That was some great ball movement. They just come up empty-handed. Shot clock turned off, approaching 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Harris Lindsay gets it across midfield, working on the near side. That's a name we haven't said too much today. Lindsay's been pretty quiet. Lindsay, the team leader in ground balls and turnovers caused. She's done a lot of the dirty work for Youngstown State this season. Clark, roaming behind the net. She'll get in front of it now. She'll pass it off. With it is Shear. She's looking for an angle. She can't find one though. Nice defense by Abby Alderman. Pass inside now to Chang. Her shot wide. Possession goes to Eastern Michigan. So that'll pretty much do it here for the second quarter. Down to 5 seconds remaining. It was a nice late surge for Youngstown State here in the second quarter. The Penguins winning the quarter 3-2. And with that, we have reached halftime. Youngstown State on top of Eastern Michigan 9-5. We'll take a quick break. And we'll come back with the second half after this.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Champion Insurance of Austintown in Austintown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
That was a good one.
Yep.
Nice. Beautiful. Nice job, Ella.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Griffith Agency in Girard if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Mercy Health, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Siebert Keck Insurance in Youngstown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
Welcome back, 9-5, Youngstown State on top of Eastern Michigan here at halftime from Farmers National Bank Field. Anthony Romo back here on the call. Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights from today's action. Youngstown State wasted no time jumping out on top. Allie Korn scoring the first goal of the day just over 1 minute into the first quarter. And we see some more goals from the Penguins here to lead it off. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Aaron Clark, off-balance shot, and then Eastern Michigan answered with a goal by Tracy Grolman just about 5 minutes into the first quarter. And we take another look right here. Korn driving inside. That one was saved. Nice job by Juliana Ditsky. But Youngstown State was able to build a lead with the Jordan Miller goal right here. Eastern Michigan tries to fight their way back, but they just did not seem to be able to find a way to get it back to a tie game in the first half. A couple times they got it down to 1 goal, as we see another good look right here, and a great goal scored off the cut by Mackenzie Blackwell. But it seemed like every time Eastern Michigan got it down to 1, Youngstown State had an answer. Aaron Clark with a goal right there to push it back to a 2-goal lead for the Penguins. Eastern Michigan, they fought back with a goal themselves, though, by Blackwell. It was a highly contested first half. You see a Tristan Chain goal right there. Another good look inside. Allie Garrett picking it up off the scramble, and she'll score for the Penguins. Youngstown State had goals in clumps when Eastern Michigan, could only get 1 goal at a time. The Penguins controlled 9 draws in the first half. They had 16 total shots on goal out of a total 20 shots. Eastern Michigan, 5 goals off of 13 shots, 9 of those being on goal. Youngstown State in the first half, They were led by Aaron Clark, who had a first half hat trick with 3 goals leading the Penguins. Jordan Miller had 2 goals also for YSU. Eastern Michigan was led by Mackenzie Blackwell, who had 2 goals herself in the first half. Tracy Grohlman and the Alderman sisters, Abby and Amber, each with 1 goal in the first half for Eastern Michigan. We'll head back to break. When we come back, we'll have second half action here on YouTube.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Champion Insurance of Austintown in Austintown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Good one.
Yep.
Nice. Beautiful. Nice job, Ella.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Griffith Agency in Girard if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Mercy Health, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Siebert Keck Insurance in Youngstown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
Welcome back into Farmers National Bank Field. Anthony Romo back on the call here for our second half. It was between Youngstown State and Eastern Michigan here from the Cavelli Sports Complex. The Penguins currently holding a 9-5 lead through 30 minutes of play. They're going to look to hold on here in the second half for their first home outdoor victory of the season. Good crowd on hand here today. Pretty reasonable weather for early April. We kind of got spoiled earlier on in the week. Was out calling some baseball at Eastwood Field for Youngstown State and Niles. And the temperature was about 76, 77 degrees at first pitch when they played the Pitt Panthers. It's not like that today. We're at about 50 degrees, but I guess that is pretty average for early April here in Northeast Ohio. Both teams now back out onto the field. Abby Yesko for Youngstown State, Mackenzie Blackwell for Eastern Michigan will fight for the first draw control here of the third quarter. It was the second quarter that Eastern Michigan had controlled for a large chunk, as the Eagles will get the first possession here the third quarter and come roaring towards Youngstown State's direction. The Eagles had gotten it very close a few times, trying to get it to a tie game, but 3 quick goals in a span of just over 1 minute by Youngstown State, 2 goals separated by 8 seconds, has pushed the lead out to where it currently is at 9-5. The Penguins winning the second quarter 3-2, with those 3 goals coming, like I said, in a very quick time frame. But Eastern Michigan will get the first goal of the third quarter. Sydney Lawrence finds the back of the net on the first possession of the second half. We'll take another look at this one for Lawrence. That is her second goal of the day and her 18th on this season. You knew she was a player to watch offensively coming into today. She leads Eastern Michigan in total points with 22. Now make it 24. Actually, her first goal today, my apologies, to go along with an assist. Still has 2 total points, so 24 points on the season now for her. 16 goals and 7 assists. 9-6, now our score. This draw control will go to the Eagles once again. So they will look to continue to scrape and claw and fight their way back into this game. With it is Gina Jaffers. She's driving on the right side. She'll pass it now behind the net. The Eagles looking for some space offensively. Now Abby Alderman will pass it off. Over to Sydney Lawrence. Trying to drive on Lindsay. She'll shoot again. Saved by Michaela Starenko. Starenko took her right off the chest protector. It's a good thing she has padding, because I would never want to take a lacrosse ball to any part of my body. That will hurt. So 13-24 now here in the third quarter. Youngstown State with possession. As the Penguins will look for their first goal here of the second half. Ball now passed behind the net. Erin Clark with it, working on the near side. She'll drive in. She'll shoot. Nice goal by Clark. The Twizzler goal for Clark. Her 4th of the day. We'll take another look right here. Nice little backhanded shot that found the back of the net. Erin Clark has been hot today, and she continues this great performance. Coming off a 1-goal performance against Akron earlier in the week. She has 4 today, now 22 goals on the season for the 2022 All-MAC second team nominee. And the lead is back up to 4 for YSU. Yesko and Blackwell back to midfield for the draw. It's been those two for most of the afternoon. Eastern Michigan will get control of it. That's their 10th draw control, and they have now taken the lead in that category 10-9. Sydney Lawrence, defended by Lindsay. She loses it for a second. We're going to have a foul called on YSU. Possession will stay with the Eagles. Five different Eastern Michigan players have scored so far today. 6 different YSU players have scored. Sydney Lawrence with a free position attempt. She'll drive in, she'll shoot, off the post. We're gonna have a whistle blown and a foul called on Youngstown State. That'll be called on Tristan Chang. That'll be a yellow card for her. So Chang will have to take a seat. And Sydney Lawrence will have a straight-on opportunity now in this free position. Has one less player to worry about for the Penguins getting in her way. Lawrence drives in. She'll shoot again. That one's wide. And that'll be a turnover. YSU possession, the Penguins on top 10-6 here with just over 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. Anthony Romo on the call here today from Farmers National Bank Field. That'll be a Penguins turnover. Nice job by Eastern Michigan getting the turnover. And with that, Sydney Lawrence will quickly check back in for the Eagles. As we have a collision between Mackenzie Blackwell and Eris Lindsay. Actually, excuse me, Gina Jaffers and Eris Lindsay. The 3 and 2 I keep getting mixed up. I don't know if it's 23 or 32. I see it 2 and I think it's 1, but it's always the other. Under 12 minutes to go now here in the third. Sydney Lawrence will pass it off to Jaffers, working on the left side. She'll try to lob it inside to Blackwell, but that pass is stolen, but a foul is called on the Penguins. So Eastern Michigan now for the third time in the last 2 possessions is going to have another free position opportunity. This one will be in the stick of Mackenzie Blackwell. Blackwell driving in, she'll shoot and she'll score. Blackwell now with her third goal of the day. As we'll take another look, her team leading 27th goal on the season. And she's coming off a heck of a performance against Central Michigan. The last time out for Eastern Michigan on Wednesday. She had a career-high 6 goals and tied a career high with 3 ground balls in that ball game. She now has a hat trick here today. And what a start to the career it's been for her. She has scored multiple goals now in 8 of the 9 games that she has scored in. And she has scored at least 4 goals 3 times. She's looking to make that a 4th time here today. Draw control this time goes to YSU. Quick pass off to Tristan Chang. Now she'll pass it back to Yesko. Abby Yesko can move into that new prime role, trying to control the draws at midfield for YSU. Natalie Kalangerine had controlled a team-high 66, but she's out for today and for the foreseeable future for Youngstown State, so someone else is going to have to step up. And Yesko's done a pretty good job of it today. YSU and Eastern Michigan each with 10 draw controls. Jordan Miller driving inside on the left side. Trying to get past the defender. She'll shoot and score. Jordan Miller now with a hat trick today. Her 3rd goal. And she has tied a career high that she had also had last game as well. So we take another look. Miller spins off the defender and Wozni puts it past the goalie on the right side of the net. 11-7, YSU. With 10:42 to go here in the third quarter. YSU had a tough defeat last Saturday at home against Robert Morris. We mentioned the tough conditions. They were supposed to be here at the start of the game, but that one got delayed and the Penguins lost 12-10 to the Colonials. Eastern Michigan will make their first meeting with Robert Morris on April 19th. YSU, Robert Morris, and Central Michigan each had a share of the conference regular season title a year ago. Penguins with it, 10:24 on the third quarter clock. They're looking to extend the lead. Jordan Miller with it, just scored her third goal of the day. She's looking to add to it. And she'll get fouled by the Eastern Michigan defender, so Jordan Miller will have a free position chance. Waiting the referee's whistle. Miller drives in. She'll shoot off the post. Still loose. Who will come up with it? Aaron Clark will for the Penguins. So YSU will get granted another chance here. Bumstead loses it. She'll pick it back up. She's being defended heavily. She'll get rid of it. Jordan Miller once again. She'll score! A career-high fourth goal for Jordan Miller. And that'll make it 12-7 Penguins. Well, that deserves another look. Miller driving in. She has had as much confidence as anyone on this roster as of late. And it is now 12-7 Youngstown State. And we can confirm that fourth goal sets a new career high. She had the 3 against Akron, and then back in her freshman season, she had 3 against Kent State on March 28th of 2021. Eastern Michigan called a timeout. We'll stay right here. 2 players with 4 goals today for YSU. Aaron Clark has 4, and Jordan Miller now with 4 herself. YSU down arguably the best player in the MAC today. And other players have stepped up. And it's not surprising. The 2 captains in Clark and Miller each with 4 goals today. Clark has controlled 5 draws. Abby Yesko's controlled 5 draws. Eastern Michigan, they've been led by Mackenzie Blackwell, who's had a good day herself with 3 goals thus far for the Eagles. She has 3 goals, 3 draw controls. Amber Alderman currently leading the Eagles with 5 draw controls. Blackwell has caused the only turnover so far today for Eastern Michigan. They have some work to do, now trailing by 5 goals, 12-7. As we take a look at the scoring summary, this is now the biggest lead that YSU has had today at 5 goals. Here with 9:44 to go in the third quarter. Coming out of the timeout, ready to resume play here from the Cavelli Sports Complex. He can control the draw. Will go to Youngstown State. Here come the Penguins. Allie Korn with it. She scored the first goal today for YSU. Hasn't been able to score since. Clark over to Chang. Now back out to the hot-handed Miller. Here comes Jordan Miller again. She'll pass it off. Over to Emler. Danny Emler now with it. Nice pass inside to Chang. Can't field it at first, but she will. You just got to give credit to YSU offensively. It's not like they're making too many crazy passes. They're just winning the one-on-ones. That's how a lot of their goals have come so far today. Korn defended by Lawrence. She loses it, but Emler will keep it. We're going to have a quick stoppage in play. 60 seconds remain on the shot clock here for YSU. With 8:31 to go here in the third quarter. It'll be Aaron Clark possessing it for the Penguins when we resume play. Now 28 on the shot clock. And we have another stoppage. YSU so far today, 12 goals on 24 shots with 19 being on goal. Eastern Michigan, 7 goals on 17 shots. 12 of theirs have been on goal so far today. YSU's controlled 12 draws to Eastern Michigan's 10. And now the shot clock will be put to 22 seconds. Now we're ready to go. Aaron Clark on the far side of the field with it. Nice stutter step to get past the defender. She'll shoot and score. It's been the Clark and Miller show today. Aaron Clark with her 5th goal now, and she'll retake the team lead for goals today. We'll take another look at this hesitation step by Clark. Had the defender go in the opposite way. Once she got the separation, you knew what was going to happen next. 5 goals today now for Clark. That ties a season high of 5 goals she had against Gardner-Webb earlier on this season. Aaron Clark, a junior out of Montrose, New York. Her career high for goals in a game is 6. This is now the 3rd time in her career she's had 5. She also had 5 back on April 25th, 2021 in her freshman season against Kent State. Her career high of 6 came against Kent State on March 17th of last season in a thrilling 21-20 victory for YSU. And talk about two players taking over a game. If we go back to that box score, I don't remember the exact numbers. Clark had 6. Natalie Calandra-Ryan had 8 goals for YSU, and here come the Penguins once again. Eris Lindsay with it. All the momentum going the way of the home side. YSU has built their biggest lead of 6 goals so far today. Clark will pass it back out in front to Jordan Miller. Miller will come in now. Pass to the cutting Emler. Unable to be hauled in, but Aaron Clark will keep it with the Penguins. Heavy collision between Allie Corrin. I'm not sure who that was for Central Michigan. That'll be a yellow or red card. Corrin's day is done. We'll take another look. And yeah, you see it clear as day right there. Gretchen McCann going down for Eastern Michigan. Allie Corrin's day is complete. So 7:11 to go here in the third quarter. And that could change the tide of the game. That's the first straight red that I've seen. This is my 3rd year calling games at YSU. Luckily, McCann was able to get up and walk off the field after that scary collision. So it'll be Eastern Michigan possession, 7:11 to go here in the third quarter. We'll see if that's the spark that Eastern Michigan needed. The Eagles working on the far side. Pass over to Annika Wozni. She'll pass it back to Sydney Lawrence now. Excuse me, that was Kylie McGovern on the pass to Lawrence. McGovern now with it. She'll pass it back over to Abby Alderman. Here's some nice ball movement from Eastern Michigan. They're looking to find a little bit of spacing here, find some separation, and get a good shot off. Pass, looking in front of the net. That one's deflected away. It'll stay in the stick of Schwab. 29 seconds on the shot clock. McGovern looking for the open player. Over to Lawrence. Nice find inside the shot. That one's bounced high at the net. That was a good look by Jaden Sellers. But Eastern Michigan ends the possession with a turnover. YSU might give it right back. Nope, the Penguins will keep it. Pace of play is really starting to pick up. There's a turnover. Nice job by Amber Alderman picking that one off. Off the bounce. Got to give credit to YSU defensively, though. They haven't been given many open looks at Eastern Michigan. That was probably a good chance right there by Amber Alderman. She'll pass it off. There's a goal. Jaden Sellers finds the back of the net for Eastern Michigan. Sellers, the freshman out of Austin, Texas. Actually, that was Mackenzie Blackwell, so I did all that for no reason. That was Mackenzie Blackwell with the goal. Man, I just cannot get the 23 down today. Regardless, Blackwell with her 4th goal of the day. Don't know why I thought I saw a 7. Well, there's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll stay right here. 5:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout called by the Penguins. So it's back down to a 5-goal deficit. Blackwell now 28 goals on the season, coming off, we mentioned earlier, a career-high 6-goal performance against Central Michigan the last time out. And the first career matchup with Sarah Tisdale and Central Michigan. Let's learn a little bit more about Tisdale. We mentioned how she led Central Michigan to an NCAA tournament appearance last season. She led the Chippewas altogether to 3 conference titles. She also posted a 51-8 record over 3 seasons at Augustana College. So we're going to take a look at some more goals here so far today. We saw Allie Korn get the first goal for YSU. And we see another one right here from Erin Clark. That was early on to give the Penguins a 2-0 lead in no time. And it had you thinking, was YSU going to run away with this one? But Eastern Michigan has fought back. As you're taking a look at solely some Youngstown State goals. Erin Clark leading the way with 5. Jordan Miller second on the team with 4 goals right now. There's a goal from Tristan Chang. Everyone's been getting in on the scoring party. Here's arguably the best goal today from Allie Garrett. Fallen to the ground. Still had enough composure and awareness to find the back of the net. Take one more look at a goal right here before we resume play. Erin Clark driving in. There was one of her 5 goals. Here's the underhand pass from Clark to Yesko. 13-8, our score. Eastern Michigan with the goal by Mackenzie Blackwell. The Eagles will be playing a man up. Actually, the card is complete for Allie Korn. So she was given a red card. And she'll have to sit back down. 5:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we're back, getting ready to get things resumed. Draw control by the Penguins. Erin Clark with it. She'll pass it back to Danny Emler. Emler with a long pass over to Chang. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Driving inside is Taylor Bumstead. She gets pushed out by Lawrence. Strong play by Sydney Lawrence to force the turnover, and that'll get the Eastern Michigan bench into it. She'll now get it across midfield to Jaffers. So the Eagles, there's still a lot of time to go in this game. Still over 19 minutes of game time remaining. 5-goal deficit, but Eastern Michigan has had some chances. They just haven't converted. Gina Jaffers with it. Going around the right side. She'll pass it away. That was good defense by Molly Sheridan for YSU. Avery Schwab with it. Halfway into the shot clock, under 45 seconds remain. Sydney Lawrence driving in. She's pushed away. We're going to have a foul called on Youngstown State. With 3:41 remaining here in the third quarter. And Eris Lindsay will have to check out. That'll be a yellow card for her. So this is another good chance for Sydney Lawrence. 1 goal so far today on 8 shots. Oh, she loses her footing. That might have been planned. What a goal by Sydney Lawrence. Was trying to take a step back, almost fell to the turf, but regained her footing with the Youngstown State defenders behind her, and she takes 2 steps in and scores. So we'll take another look right here. If anyone asks her, I bet she'll say she planned that. 13-9. The score for the time being. Looks like we're good. Lawrence was waiting for her stick to be checked. No one checked it. But the goal stands. So down to a 4-goal deficit for Eastern Michigan. Sydney Lawrence, one of the few experienced players on the team, spent her first 4 seasons at Oregon. She's from Wiley, Texas. She's seen all parts of the country. Growing up in Texas, going to play in Oregon, now at Eastern Michigan. Control the draw will go to Youngstown State. Clark driving in. She's pushed away. It's been a game of runs so far. And the runs have usually went in the favor of Youngstown State, but Eastern Michigan has found their way a couple times to just continue to claw back into this game. Chang driving in. Backhanded shot, saved. Juliana Ditsky, nice save in the net. That was a good look for the Penguins, but another empty possession. But Eastern Michigan will turn it over right back to YSU. So we saw a fist bump there from Jordan Miller forcing the turnover. And here comes Miller on the far side. Passing it over to Abby Yesko. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Can the Penguins end their little drought? Last 2 goals have been scored by Eastern Michigan. Backing it out is Emler. Jordan Miller now with it at the top of the defense. She'll drive in, she'll shoot. Saved by Ditsky once again. And she'll quickly pass it up. Nice over-the-shoulder catch by Abby Alderman. And here comes Eastern Michigan. Alderman will pass it away. With it is Grallman. Why is she doing a good job of pushing her away? She'll pass it off now to McCabe. If you're Eastern Michigan, you'd love to get into double digits before the end of the quarter. Game clock and shot clock are separated by about 15 seconds. Spinning off the defender is Schwab. Still a lot of time on the shot clock. If you're Eastern Michigan, you want to get your best possible shot here. There's a good chance this is your last possession of the quarter. Pass over to Jaffers. She'll back it out. Being defended by Sheridan. Loses her footing, passes it away. Eastern Michigan loses it again. YSU can't seem to get the possession of it though. McCabe with it. Under 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gina Jaffers will try to drive in. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Shot from the side. Goal by Schwab. What a possession by Eastern Michigan. And they make it a 3-goal deficit with just under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Nice wraparound shot there from Schwab over the stick of Steranko. And we have a brand new ball game. That's the first goal of the day for Avery Schwab to go along with an assist. She has 2 total points today. Schwab, an Ohio native from Dublin, Ohio. Was a first-team All-State nominee at Dublin Scioscio High School. Scioto, excuse me. And Eastern Michigan controls the draw. And with it is Schwab once again. She'll pass it off. Here's another shot. McCabe will pass it off to Lawrence. She's gonna have to put a shot up. She'll shoot. Saved by Steranko. Well, the clock stopping is the friend of the Penguins because Eastern Michigan has come roaring back here towards the end of the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We have an exciting fourth quarter on hand here from YSU.
Good one.
Yep.
Nice. Beautiful. Nice job, Ella.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Champion Insurance of Austintown in Austintown if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
At Youngstown State University, your future is waiting for you, where value is not only defined by our cost, but in degrees and services. It's a place to live and a place to learn, where friendships are forged and professional connections build the foundation of your career. A place where education is everything and experience matters. We are Youngstown State University, and we are waiting for you.
13-10, Youngstown State on top of Eastern Michigan as we are just about ready to begin our fourth and final quarter of action. Anthony Romo here on the call from the Cavelli Sports Complex. It was all Eastern Michigan scoring the last 3 goals of the third quarter after YSU had made it 13-7. with 8:14 to go in the third frame. The Penguins in a little bit of a scoring drought right now. Got to give a lot of credit to Eastern Michigan defensively, and the biggest credit to goalkeeper Juliana Ditsky. She's currently at 7 saves today. She had a great game against Central Michigan last time out where she tied a career high with 12 saves in that one. The freshman out of Wyoming, PA, only a record of 1-7 so far this season in goal, but Eastern Michigan is going to be a way better program if she can stay there. A lot of young players on this team. Like I said, I've been calling Youngstown State Lacrosse since the start. Their first games in 2021. And being able to retain a lot of your girls that begin the program goes a long way. With team chemistry, the players grow together. I've been saying throughout the broadcast, especially next season, could be a real big year for Youngstown State Lacrosse because you're going to have a lot of players that are seniors that spent those first years in the programs, and you have some of the most experienced players in the conference because they had no choice but to start. They couldn't sit behind anyone. They had to learn on the fly. Opening draw of the fourth quarter will be controlled by Tristan Chang for Youngstown State. So the Penguins, as I mentioned, looking at end a scoring drought that dates back to about 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. With it is Taylor Bumstead for the Penguins. Aaron Clark, the current leading scorer with 5 goals. Jordan Miller, second on the team with 4 goals. Miller has it right now, currently at the career high day with those 4 goals. Everyone having to pick up the slack for Youngstown State after Natalie Calandra-Ryan went down with an injury against Akron. Also, to add to that, Calandra-Ryan did have 3 first-half goals in that Akron game, so who knows how many goals she would have had on Wednesday if she didn't go down with an injury. Penguins retain possession, 36 seconds remain on the shot clock. Pass inside. It was a good look. Rebound opportunity by Bumstead. That one's off the crossbar. Possession will stay with the Penguins, though. They'll get another chance. Pass inside to Miller. Her shot, and she'll score. Goal number 5 on the day for Jordan Miller. Quick conversation between our referees, but Jordan Miller now continues her career day. 5 goals for the junior out of North Canton, Ohio. These last 2 games have made her one of the hottest players in the conference. We mentioned earlier how she tied a career high with 3 goals against Akron. She's rewritten her own record book today. 13:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Scoring drought ends at 9 minutes for YSU. And we're back to midfield for the draw. Eastern Michigan had scored those 3 goals to finish off the third quarter. Goal by Mackenzie Blackwell, 1 by Sydney Lawrence, and 1 by Avery Schwab. Made it a 13-10 game, but now Youngstown State will look to continue to build this lead back up once again. Aaron Clark driving in. She'll back it out. Now over to Danny Emler. If you're Eastern Michigan, you got to start getting stops here. You got to continue what you did in the third quarter to slow down this Youngstown State offense. Allie Garrett trying to drive around the perimeter. She'll back it out and pass it away to Miller. Garrett gets taken down from behind. She's holding the back of her head. Looks like she'll be okay, though. She'll get up. YSU also without Allie Korn for the rest of the game. She got a red card early on in the third quarter. Korn, who had that great day on Wednesday against Akron, had the season high 5 goals against Robert Morris and 4 goals against the Zips. Garrett now driving in. She'll shoot. Partially saved by Ditsky, another chance. And Eastern Michigan will come up with it. Nice job by the Eastern Michigan defense of standing strong. So it'll stay a 4-goal difference. And the Eagles will get it across midfield. Eastern Michigan working behind the net. Pass over to Avery Schwab. They're looking to get it back down to 3-goal deficit. Grolman now with it. She's being pushed away. She'll pass it back off to Avery Schwab. We have a whistle blown. Our referee's talking it out. There'll be a foul on the Penguins. And this will present an opportunity for Amber Alderman. It'll be a free position attempt for Alderman. She'll shoot and she'll score. Nice shot by Alderman. It's back down to a 3-goal deficit. For Amber Alderman, that's her 2nd goal of the day. And that's now a career high. We'll take another look right here. Just put it right past the stick of Steranko. Coming into today, Amber Alderman only had 2 goals on the season. And those goals came in back-to-back games on March 26th against Butler and April 1st against Detroit Mercy. But she sets a new career high. It's back down to a 3-goal deficit. Amber, her sister Abby, each getting in the scoring column today. It's now 14-11. And now all the draw controls become so important from here on out. This one's controlled by the Eagles once again. Nice job by Mackenzie Blackwell of hauling it in. Nice steal, though, by the Penguins and Erin Clark, and here she comes the other way. Weaving through the defense. Clark loses her footing. That one's forced loose, but we're going to have a foul on Eastern Michigan. It'll stay with the Penguins. Nice job by Clark of forcing that turnover. Stepping right into the passing lane. We're at 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Clark will pass it back. And there's a turnover. Nice job on the other end by Haley Hodak. And Eastern Michigan, just like that, has a chance to make it a 2-goal deficit with the goal here. Pass over to Schwab. Under 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Now over to Grolman. She's trying to wrap around. .50 seconds remain on the shot clock for the Eagles. A shot and a goal. And just like that, we have a ball game. Sydney Lawrence with another goal. That's her 3rd of the day, her 19th on the season. So you take another look right here. She had a good angle, and she took advantage. Had 2 goals in the last game against Central Michigan, now has 3 here today. And we have a timeout called. We'll stay right here, 10:29 to go in the fourth quarter. And Eastern Michigan has rose from the dead here at Farmers National Bank Field. The Eagles currently on a 5-1 scoring run after YSU had scored 3 goals straight in the third quarter. As we take a look at some of the Eastern Michigan goals here today, it's been a spread out attack for the Eagles. Tracy Grolman has 1, Avery Schwab has 1, Sydney Lawrence has 3, Abby Alderman with 1 goal, Amber Alderman with 2, Mackenzie Blackwell has 4. They've attacked from different angles. They've scored on fast breaks. They've scored on long possessions. They've done a little bit of everything offensively to keep themselves in this game today. As we take a look at some of the second half goals now, and this is when the comeback really started. Head coach Sarah Tisdale must have said something to her troops at the half, because they have come roaring back here in the second half. So we see Mackenzie Blackwell right there with a goal. Sydney Lawrence with one of the best goals we've seen all day. Losing her balance, regaining it, and scoring. This was right before the end of the quarter by Avery Schwab. Then the fourth quarter hit, and the Eagles have not let up since. Real quick goal there from Amber Alderman. And then we have one more goal right here by who else but Sydney Lawrence. So we're back out to midfield, 10:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. And just like that, it is a 2-goal difference. Eastern Michigan lost 17-11 to Central Michigan on Wednesday. It was a game that the Eagles had led 5-4 about halfway through the second quarter, but then it kind of all fell apart with Central Michigan outscoring Eastern Michigan 13-6 after it was 5-4. And the Eagles will control the draw. I think if you're Youngstown, say this is where you really start to miss your most experienced player in Allie Corrin, and you also miss a player like Natalie Calandra-Ryan. Good find to Lawrence. Stutters off a defender. She'll shoot. We have a whistle blown right before. And that'll be a turnover for Eastern Michigan. That'll give it back to Youngstown State. So now for YSU, you just got to take care of the ball. They've had some turnovers as of late that have given Eastern Michigan fast break chances. Jordan Miller's shot bounces to the left of the net. Possession will stay with the Penguins. The defense chants have started once again from the Eastern Michigan fans. Nine and a half minutes to go here in the fourth. Jordan Miller with it, looking to add on to her career day. She'll pass it off. Now back to Tristan Chang, working on the near side. But Eastern Michigan's been standing strong defensively. Taylor Bumstead now. Nowhere to go. Clark will shoot it. That's high of the net. And we have an Eagle down on the field. Slow to get up is number 30 in Annika Wozni. Possession will remain with YSU. 24 seconds remain on the shot clock. And we're back underway. Under 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Taylor Bumstead will pass it off to Jordan Miller. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Miller drives in on the right side. She'll shoot. She'll score! Have a day, Jordan Miller. She's up to a team lead now today with her 6th goal of the afternoon. We'll take another look at this one. Miller just got some space. And once she's moving downhill, she's hard to stop. So back out to a 3-goal lead now for the Penguins. And that's a big goal, because now the pressure will start to mount a little bit on the shoulders of Eastern Michigan. With under 9 minutes to go in regulation, you got to find a way to win these draws, which they've won 14 today. And you got to end most possessions from here on out with goals. You'd love to end every possession with a goal if you could. First meeting all time between these two schools. Eastern Michigan will control the draw. Mackenzie Blackwell will get it in the possession for the Eagles. YSU's outshot Eastern Michigan 33-24 today. But the Eagles have hung around. Lawrence will pass it off. It's now back in the stick of Sydney Lawrence. She's trying to drive her on Lindsay. She loses it. Fight for the ball. Possession will go to YSU. That'll be a turnover on Sydney Lawrence. And YSU will get it. Here come the Penguins. Aaron Clark working down the far side of the field. She'll pass it back to Miller. Jordan Miller will shoot. That one's wide of the net. But we're going to have a whistle blown before the shot. And this is going to be a free position attempt for Miller. She's at a good angle, working straight away from the net. Miller drives in, she'll shoot. Add another goal to the total. Jordan Miller now with 7 goals today. And that'll make it now 16-12 Penguins with 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Jordan Miller is now reaching territory of the school's single game record for goals. Natalie Calandra-Ryan scored 8 last season against Kent State. She scored 7 this season against Gardner-Webb. So Miller's now 1 goal away from tying the single game school record. And there's still a lot of time to go here in the fourth quarter. (16-12) YSU, 7:30 to go. Leading scorer today for Eastern Michigan, Mackenzie Blackwell with 4 goals. Sydney Lawrence also has a hat trick with 3 goals herself. We have a collision towards midfield between Abby Alderman for Eastern Michigan and Kayla Stecker for YSU, and they're going to give Stecker a yellow card. So she'll have to take a seat for 2 minutes. And Eastern Michigan will have possession with 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter. And here come the Eagles with a chance. Currently working behind the YSU net. We're going to have a stoppage and another yellow card given to YSU. So Eastern Michigan's playing up 2 players right now, as Alexa Byer will have to take a seat. So Byer and Stecker are now off the field for the Penguins. And this opens the door for Eastern Michigan. Both those penalties being non-releasable, so YSU's going to be looking for the next 2 minutes to be playing down 2 defenders. Maggie McCabe will pass it off. Good look inside. The shot. Saved. Here come the Penguins now. Jackie Cornell now in goal for YSU. 16-12 the score. YSU on top with possession. Nice pass through the contact from Grolman. Now backing it out is Abby Yesko, approaching 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The clock is the friend of Youngstown State. Penguins looking for their fourth win on the season here today. Yesko will pass it back to Chang. Jordan Miller being heavily face guarded behind the net, and for good reason. Career high 7 goals today for her. Chang working on the far side. 30 seconds remain on the shot clock. Eastern Michigan will send a double team. Chang will split it. Here comes Tristan Chang around the near side now. And she loses it. Still on the ground. Chang will get it for YSU, and Jordan Miller now have it, but just 8 seconds remain on the shot clock. Erin Clark will pass it over to Taylor Bumstead. She'll drive in, 2 seconds left. She's gonna have to shoot it. Can't get a clean shot off, and that'll be a shot clock violation. That'll give it to Eastern Michigan. So the Penguins do bring it down to 5 minutes remaining in regulation, and then Eastern Michigan passes it too high, which will give it right back to YSU. Four-goal deficit with under 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ball now on the stick of Jordan Miller. 1 goal away from tying a single-game school record for goals as Miller. Now Allie Garrett has it. Miller and Erin Clark have combined for 12 of the goals today. There's another look and a goal for Abby Yesko. No one picked her up on the backside, and Tristan Chang found her cutting open. We'll take another look at this one. Yesko putting it past the goalie and Bargeron. That'll make it 17-12 Youngstown State with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Now the hill's starting to get steeper and steeper for Eastern Michigan to climb. They've gotten it down to 1 goal difference so many times today, but they have never been able to tie it up. And YSU has kept finding answers. The Penguins 4 minutes away from their first outdoor home win this season, their second consecutive MAC win. Eastern Michigan, though, will control the draw. They're going to have to move quickly. Gina Jaffers has it. She'll pass it off. Eagles working on the far side of the field. Now over to Sydney Lawrence. She's had a good day today. She has 4 total points, 3 goals, and an assist. She'll drive past Lindsay. She'll shoot and score. Nice goal from Sydney Lawrence. Her 4th of the day. We'll take another look at that one. Seems like it's been Lawrence against Lindsay so many times today. Both have won that one-on-one battle a handful of times. Sydney Lawrence will get the win right there. That'll make it down to a 4-goal deficit now, with just 3:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, our starting goalies today, Michaela Starenko for Youngstown State and Juliana Ditsky for Eastern Michigan, have both left the game, and now we have Jackie Cornell for YSU in at net. and Hannah Bargeron for Eastern Michigan as we take a look at some of the saves today. Starenko had a good start to the day at net for YSU. You see a nice save right there. We saw a nice save from Ditsky to start off the package. There's another save from Michaela Starenko. Starenko, junior goalie out of Pittsburgh, PA. She started every game in goal this year for YSU. All 12 of them now. So we'll take a look at one more save right here. That one's by Cornell. 3:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Timeout was called by Eastern Michigan. So both teams will make their way back out to the field. Youngstown State, if the Penguins can start controlling these draws, you can make it really hard for Eastern Michigan. You can milk a lot of time off the clock. We saw the last possession for YSU. They did have a shot clock violation, taking all 90 seconds off. Now we're having a quick discussion at our scores table. We're having a dispute on the score right now. 17-13 is currently the score on the scoreboard. Our referees are trying to say that the score is 17-14. Looks like everything is settled now. And we're all good where we are. So ready to resume play, 3:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. It'll be Yesko and Blackwell out on the draw, and control will go to Youngstown State. So the Penguins, we'll see what they decide to do with this possession. May just send it to the corner and try to take as much time off the clock as they can. It's now just play keep away if you're YSU. Taylor Bumstead currently with it for the Penguins. She'll pass it off to Allie Garrett. Jordan Miller working on the far side of the field. 47 seconds remain on the YSU shot clock. Miller working all the way around. .240 to go on the fourth quarter clock. YSU will be back at home next Saturday as they play host to the Akron Zips. Eastern Michigan, I guess I could say the Penguins will be on the road at Robert Morris. Their next game, Garrett driving and she loses it. Then YSU will be back at home next Saturday against Akron. Eastern Michigan, they will be back at home in their midweek clash with Kent State, and they'll head to Robert Morris on the 19th. Actually, next Saturday, excuse me. Quick stoppage in play. 2:20 to go here in the fourth quarter, and that'll be a turnover. Possession will go back to Eastern Michigan. Allie Garrett will have to come off the field for YSU. That'll be a yellow card for her. And Eastern Michigan will have it. So Garrett will have to take a seat. But YSU will get it right back. Might just be too little too late for Eastern Michigan here today on the road. Penguins looking for their second consecutive win. They'll turn it right back over though. So Eastern Michigan still has life. Here comes Sydney Lawrence. She's had the hot hand. Extra pass. What a goal by Amber Alderman. She has a hat trick today. And Eastern Michigan not going down easy. Nice find from Lawrence in transition to Alderman. And she'll put it past Cornell. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what I do for myself.
Allie Garrett will be down with a yellow card until just 19 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. And possession will go to Eastern Michigan on a delay of game. So the Eagles will have another possession. Blackwell will pass it off to Lawrence, but the pass was too strong for her. Eastern Michigan will give it back to YSU. That's a tough turnover if you're the Eagles. Shot clock is now turned off. Now the Penguins can really just play keep away and put this game to rest. Foul called on the Eagles. Now 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Tristan Chang with it for YSU. Working on the far side. She'll hand it off. We're going to have a turnover, though, on the Penguins. Offensive foul. That'll give it back to Eastern Michigan with just over 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lawrence passes it in. The shot and the goal. Tracy Grollman makes it a 2-goal deficit. Here with 16 seconds remaining. That's her second goal of the day and her 15th on the season. Sydney Lawrence has been dishing out assists all over the place here in the fourth quarter. She's up to 3 assists today. She has 7 total points, which is tied for a game high here today with Jordan Miller, who just has 7 straight goals for YSU. So back to midfield for the draw. Blackwell and Yesko at the Y. Draw control goes to Eastern Michigan. They're in desperation mode now. They'll keep possession under 5 seconds to go now here in the fourth quarter. And it looks like it'll be too little too late for Eastern Michigan. Youngstown State will get their second consecutive win today. It'll be a 17-15 victory over the Eastern Michigan Eagles. The Penguins will now move to 2-1 here in the month of April and 2-1 in Mid-American Conference play. So YSU will continue to keep up pace with the top half of the MAC. Let's bring up the conference standings real quick. YSU will be back at home here next Saturday when they play host to the Akron Zips. So Central Michigan moved to 3-0 in conference play. Kent State still 2-0, but Youngstown State will move up to 2-1. So for the time being in the conference standings, YSU will be in second place. But I mean, there's two other teams that are 1-1. Kent State's 2-0. Jordan Miller with a career day today for YSU, scoring 7 goals to lead the way for the Penguins. Aaron Clark had 5 goals for the Penguins as well. Sydney Lawrence led the way for Eastern Michigan with 4 goals. And Amber Alderman had 3, and Mackenzie Blackwell also with 4 goals. So that'll do it here from Farmers National Bank Field. Youngstown State, your winners here today, 17-15. We'll be right back next Saturday here from the Cavelli Sports Complex. Until then, so long.